What's up, guys? So it's the week 28 recap. I did not have a very good week at all. Super motivated or whatever to have a good week, and sometimes that just does not matter. But so I started off the week with DPW. Seeing it was a higher price stock. And I didn't take that into account because I literally hit my max loss in 1, 2, 3 minutes, and that sucked really bad. I shorted right here when it popped over the pre-market high. It did flush down to here, like around here. I wanted more. That was my first target. Um, I should have cut it off right here, but it just ripped up so quick that at least I would like to say it ripped up so quick. I honestly can't remember. I have to go back and review the tape. Uh, yeah, that sucked. Then down here, I didn't realize that it was holding the 9 EMA. And when it opened, I shorted right when it opened. I saw it flushing down. I thought it was gonna opened. I thought it was gonna drop a little bit. It barely dropped at all, and then just kind of took off. And I got filled right when it broke over, and I hit my max loss, and I was pissed. Then I traded ONCY on Tuesday, and this one uh, this one just opened and just died. I wasn't quick enough. There was a big soak right here, but it also wasn't where I wanted to enter. I'm not good at that kind of stuff, so I didn't enter there. Um, I drew in a BS trend line. I shorted here. I got stopped out. It came down here. I shorted again, and then I covered down here. This was honestly, this is still a really crappy trade. Really crappy trade. Like the only entry on this that was like, in my opinion, valid was like right up here. If you saw the big soak, but that would have been more of like a scalp. But anyways, I this is how I traded it. Super crappy. It was downtrending. Um, I must have just shorted here. I'm assuming that I was risking this high. But either way, I killed myself on LODE and had two max losses in a row. So I started this thing off longing. So it dipped down here. I thought I was going to hold J lines. Um, I guess I just assumed because I mean the volume was huge. There was over 2 million volume, but I just thought this thing was going to take off. I longed, covered down here. I longed again because I thought I was going to curl up, and it didn't. I longed. Uh, I covered for a little win and then covered break even, but this hurt me. Once again, it's a $9 stock. This had range on it. So once I got cut up on longing, I was like, all right, well, I prefer short anyways. All these stocks suck. I don't want to long them anyways. And then it came down here. I drew in another BS trend line. I shorted the 9, risking just above. I covered for a little scalp. Then I tried it again, and it didn't work this time. And then I tried J lines. It didn't work this time. And I guess, yeah, like I said, I was enough range to trigger my max loss. This actually wasn't a bad trade. I'm not a scalper. I realized today that I'm not a scalper. I kind of get to that here in a little bit, but um, yeah, this was not good at all. So yeah, if you can imagine, I was pretty down after Tuesday. I came back Wednesday. I was just like, man, I don't care if it's $20. I end green. I'm going to be happy. So this thing came up here. I shorted here, covered, shorted again, covered down here. This is, in my opinion, scalping, for me at least. They came in here, and then this is kind of where I started like realizing what I was doing or trying to do. So I started drawing in like these support and resistance lines, and I didn't realize what I was doing at first. I started scaling in. I shorted. I had my full size or whatever, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to scale in a little bit here. I scaled in another small piece here, and then I loaded the boat up here. I covered down here for a small win because this started averaging out. So like right here, my average was here. Since I loaded the boat up here, my average was more like around here. So when I covered here, I had a small win. I covered again, a small win. Um, then I came up here. This was after my time, so luckily I wrote in a thing so I didn't yell at myself mentally. I went in third size. I shorted here, covered here, and I was just like, hey, dude, you're not giving back any more of your profits. You're done. And then I traded CEI, which is actually an old friend of mine. I used to trade this when I very first started trading. Anyway, so this thing came up. I watched the tape. There was absolutely no reason for me to be short in here. There wasn't like it just cut straight through. I shorted, covered for a small loss. It came down here. I had a BS short. I'm assuming my cover was probably like right in here. I didn't draw that in. Came up here though. I saw this blow up a volume on this candle, but then it had a long wick. This could not push. It had lower volume. Dropped again. It came over here. I saw this thing couldn't push. The volume was not coming in. I shorted, risking just above. Covered, 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 covered. Shorted again. Scaling in. I'm not really scaling in. This is more scalping. If I were scaled in, like this is where I should have been shorting at. But anyways, so I scalped. I added, and I cut for a loss. I added again, and I was risking just above here. There's a big heat map. I should have. I remember I didn't go in full size here. I was scared of adding size to it. But if you notice, like when I get to today's charts, like for those that actually do trade, they'll kind of like, oh, I can see. Like I was just doing this stuff naturally. Like I was breaking the rules, but like it just seemed like I could see certain levels, you know, that were forming, like support and resistance levels, and so I should have added more size, like right here, risking just there because. I mean, I was already in partial. I mean, I might as well just make my average better, you know. But anyways, I didn't. I came down here and I covered, and I covered again. I had a small win on CEI and TTNP. Then I traded VCNX today. And before I get into all of this today, this is by far the funnest I've ever had trading ever. Like I was completely relaxed. Half the time I had my range orders in, I took my dog for a walk, I cleaned my house, I was cooking, and I was completely relaxed, 100%. And like that was awesome for me. And so I feel like I had a breakthrough, but then one problem with having a breakthrough is I get overconfident really easy. And, well, the market kicked me in the ass. So this thing popped up here. This is like right at the open. I shorted pre-market high. It didn't work, and I was just like, hey, I'm not going to fight this thing. I normally do. Like, I'd be shorting all the way up this thing, and I'd be a max loss way up here. And I was just like, no, dude, you're going to back up. You're going to wait for trend line fell. Like, that would have been a perfect entry right here when retested it, and it didn't work. But I was just like, hey, I'm not even going to touch this thing. I'm going to wait a little bit. And then I started to look at stuff. And then there's this support and resistance, and it happens to line in with the area that I'm looking at. I shorted here, I covered here, and I was like, huh, that's kind of cool. And then it starts coming down here, covered some more, and I start drawing in more areas. And this is the area that I wanted to load the boat into, was on this line because of all the previous resistance and support areas. I was just like, huh, I wonder if I'm seeing that correctly. So I shorted. I had a little bit more shorted. It didn't hit where I wanted to load the boat at, so I was in like third of my size. It came down here. I covered. I shorted again because I started seeing all these resistance points. I shorted. I should have loaded the boat up here. I think that I was so distracted with my other trade that I missed this. And now that I'm seeing this, I want to kick myself in the nuts, but it is what it is. Then I covered. I shorted again. This would have been a nice area to add to it. I covered. I'm pretty sure I covered. Yeah, I guess this is like where I got covered at. And the reason I got covered there, I was looking for this down here. This is where I wanted to cover at. But I had to cover because I got absolutely annihilated on what today? Where the heck is this piece of crap? So, first off, we'll start over here. So, yeah, so I over traded this thing, but I started trying different stuff out, and so I started seeing these. Once what was support is now turning into resistance. I was like, huh. I shorted here, covered here, and when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I started drawing in lines. I drew in a line here, I drew in a line here. I shorted, loaded the boat right here, worked, covered. I was just like, huh. I started just drawing in this line. Started seeing this support, this resistance. I was just like, you know what? I missed right here. I'm going to short here a little bit, and I covered into just below the previous support. I covered down there. Then this thing started popping back up. Cover my position, break even, and I started scaling in again. Short. I covered for a small loss. I was like, all right, well, trying to figure this thing out. Then I got over here. I short. Then on this one, I short. It's risking just up here. Short. I can't remember. I don't know what the heck that says. Oh, I was trying to get filled up here. I covered down here. Pretty sure I covered the full position down here because I was like, all right, this isn't working. It's kind of like lateral. My mentor was kind of getting mad at me because I trade lateral too much. So that makes it a lot easier. Now you start seeing all these support and resistance lines. Well, I covered here. This thing started coming up, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to short here because I'm going to be risking just above here. Well, I let this get way too far away from me. But I was overconfident. I was like, hey, I've been killing it today. been doing good. Well, I'm getting so good that I'm forgetting to look at the volume that's starting now, that was absolutely non-existent all day long. It's over here averaging like 250,000 volume, and then out of nowhere, well, I just don't notice that the volume, well, doubles here, quadruples here, and I mean just goes through the freaking roof over here. Well, I hit my max loss because I'm being absolutely stupid. So this goes up here, short, cover. I was just alright, whatever. I wasn't looking at trend lines or anything like that. Short front side again, short cover, volume picking up. So it comes down here, short. I add short, weakness, short again, stopped out. And actually, I'm pretty sure that was where I hit my max loss. Yeah, that's where I hit my max loss. So, in, what was that? An hour. In 1 hour of really crappy trading, losing focus, being overconfident, I got my butt kicked. And the worst thing is, everything about this trade told me no go. My buddy was texting me, I'm supposed to be done trading back here. I was up a decent amount. I don't know. I told him that I want to get into trading stocks for freedom, and I do. But at the same time, I've never enjoyed trading stocks as much as I did today. Today was an absolute blast. I had so much fun. I was just sitting here chatting with people, jamming out. I went and walked my dog. Like I said, I made lunch, cleaned my house. While most of the stuff was on range orders, and it was that was cool. But at some point, I need to start seeing that, hey, man, this is not working out for you anymore. It reclaimed opening level, so I should probably leave this alone. And I'm just shorting front side, but it's like, I don't know. You get so overconfident. It's like, I mean, I was up a pretty good amount too. I really was killing it this morning, and man, I didn't even see how this thing finished off. Anyways, how did it finish off? All right, well, I could have. See, this is why I'm very happy that I have max losses on here, because I would have just wrecked my account. Because I know for a fact I was already so into this thing that I was like, it just kicked my ass, honestly. But one thing that I am happy about is that, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what my style is, but it was nice. I started marking up my charts and everything, and I'm drawing in support, resistance, and I'm learning how to scale in and out. And I do think that would be nice, because until this happened over here, I was unbelievably calm all day. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't anxious. I was just sitting here just chatting, doing my thing. And then, like I said, I went and took my dog on a walk. I'm pretty sure that it was over in this area, or it might have been right around here. I don't know. It's like a 40-minute walk. Yeah, it's probably right around this area. Probably right in here. Yeah, because I came back and I started adding in shorts over here. So yeah, it's probably right around here, 10:40. I left. I set in my range orders. One got filled. I had another one down here. Didn't get filled, and I just got greedy. I saw certain dollar amount, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I want more. Then I saw the next dollar amount, I was just like, oh, dang, that is really good. But I want more. And then it just kept going. It's like, I need to learn to, because I have had big P&L days. I've had a couple of days where I'm just like, holy crap, I can actually make this from the stock market. But the problem is, that was a home run. I've been, trading for real since September, and I've had that happen one time. One time. I've had another really big day. So I've had two really big days uh, in that time. Like today would have been a pretty dang good day. Like it wasn't like holy crap or anything, but it's like, I mean, I'm also trading small size, and I mean, I had a good day today until this happened, and it's just like, that's the hardest thing. Like, I'm starting to get people messaging me and asking me about, trading and all that kind of stuff. Like, honestly, the hardest thing about trading is dealing with your own emotions and, you know, figuring out why you do what you do. Like, I've been trying to figure out why I was not okay with just like walking away with my win. Like, yeah, I honestly like because of DPW and LODE, I I still would have been red for the week, but I would have made a huge chunk of that back today. But now, I got three max losses in a 5 day thing. Like that's not good, man. Like the thing that shows me is it's like I'm mentally and emotionally just uh flatlining it. And so I don't know. I did have a lot of fun today trading. Obviously, the loss just sucks, but I'm hoping that I'm trying to be positive about it, and that hopefully next week, if I can trade like this and not get greedy and not keep fighting these stocks, that I can really start slowly build my confidence and my account back up. And because over the last month, I had like my best months ever in December and January. I was killing it, like, but I've had the absolute worst month ever in February, and I have taken all of those huge wins back and then some. And so it's like, you know, it's all a process. Everybody's got to deal with their own stuff, and I'm trying to put time into learning why I do what I do, and you know, is what it is. I got some good friends that are trying to help me out, trying to figure things out. But at the end of the day, that's just it. They're trying to help me out. You can have all the help, all the support system in the world. Like if you can't control your own emotions, the stock market's going to kick your butt. So yeah, I don't know. I just need to go back and study. And like honestly, like looking at this again, like this would have been a perfect long. Like holy crap! I don't know what I just did. Sorry, 1 second. But yeah, if I would have just longed it like right here, hindsight is a beautiful thing. Could have got in around, let's say I got in long over my over the resistance thing. Like what was that? Five. Let's say 550. I mean, even if I would have just held it up here, like that would have been a nice little chunk. But it's like, you guys see this stuff like when your adrenaline's going crazy, when your mind's telling you that, oh, it's a short, it's a short, it's a short. It's like learn until your mind is shut up and doing your own thing. It's a lot like fighting where your mind's your own worst enemy. And I was not in the moment in this trade, and I learned my lesson. But anyways, I will get it back. I will start focusing in on things, and it's all part of the process. So I'll be back next week, and thanks for watching. Sorry this is so stinking long, by the way.